Hello, I'm Richard Casanas. I'm a teacher in Merrywoods Academy Private School in Malaybalay City, teaching both in junior high school and senior high school. And a friend of mine, since he asked me to answer two different questions, first one is that what can you say about K to 12, and the second question is that do you see any problem or challenges in the K to 12 curriculum? Well, to answer the first question is that what can I say about the K to 12? Well, generally, it really helped us prepare highly competitive individuals, those who are mature enough and ready to enter college. Because I still remember when I entered college at the age of 16, but at some point I was still a bit lost and maturity is not yet there. But now that they're graduating at the age of 18, they're becoming more, in terms of the level of coping mechanism about whatever challenges ahead of them. They are more prepared to that, and also even to the point of building decision makers. These young individuals nowadays are a lot of people are becoming indecisive with things, but having this K to 12, we are making decision makers. In what form? First is that having a plan where they want to go. Do they want to, as they graduate after 2 years, do they want to work directly, or maybe they just want to continue to pursue college and or further studies? And with that itself, it's a way to um, build students who can decide on their own, of course with the help of parents, but really having a plan where to go, and even to the point of selecting which strand, whether in vocational, sports, and arts, and even with the academic track, especially for those who would like to go for further studies. Well, the way I answer this question is that in the perspective of looking at the students, how it will benefit the students. It may be also a bit concerned with the parents because, of course, it's an additional 2 years, and um, it's an additional expenses on their part. Of course, but maybe even for some my own students, they really wanted to get out from high school already, but because of the additional 2 years, well, that's a fact. But there's some things that a few things that these students need to understand, because also our parents do still have some negative thoughts about the curriculum, because additional 2 years is more on about the burden on their part. But if you look at it, really is that for me personally as an educator, is that we're preparing more students who are capable enough and who can be competitive in the upcoming years. And one of the challenges or problem that I see in the K to 12 is that maybe one of which is the one I mentioned earlier about the concern of the parents. But looking into some how it will benefit really the students is that the availability of resources, especially teachers, highly competitive teachers who can really teach not just about the subject, but teach and allow to touch the lives of students, because anyone can teach any subject, but not everyone can be able to touch the lives. Well, there's pros and cons always that we need to weigh, wherein will it benefit the students in terms of learning the concept, or the other way, that on the other side, that how can we help these students mature. But if you're going to put them together, really that's one, because I've heard that some students they're really having a hard time dealing with teachers, because some teachers do know how to teach the subject, but they don't know how to touch also the lives of the students. Maybe that's very subjective part there, but that's for me as a teacher though. And second one, another way to see that is that there are too many subjects. There are core subjects, there are applied subjects, and also specialized subjects. And the way we do things is that there are subjects that actually you can teach can teach together. It's a combined subjects. For example, Filipino, we do have pagbuhas at pagsusuri, and there's also pagsulat sa piling larangan, and there's also I forgot the title, but there are three Filipino subjects. And also some subjects such as applied economics is that when I check the books, some textbooks, this is also one of the challenges, the availability of quality textbooks. That some content of the textbooks are actually too textual, and some are actually so focused in solving. And we need to find the balance of introducing the concept and also applications of the concept, especially in the field of mathematics and even in in physics, for example, in sciences, in STEM. Um, yeah, I guess pretty much like it. Really, availability of resources. But by the way, availability of resources. Another one is that specific field for their work immersion, because not all cities or rural areas do have availability of field where students can freely go into the specific areas they like to immerse themselves for, especially in grade 12. And some also, there are too many students in a classroom. If we really wanted to have quality education, is that we need to make sure also that the environment, it's not so much about the teaching learning, but actually the physical environment that we're providing with the students is also one factor. But yeah, there's always pros and cons on either way, but I guess that's pretty much like it. I hope that this video will help you, Jove, in your assignment. Well, God bless you.